Hi, this is Bonnie from Mystical Remix on a rainy Saturday here in New York. Um, this is a VR to Patsy's Mystical Musings. And yes, I did say I am here in New York. I'm actually in the Hudson Valley area of New York State, but I do have a lot of friends in the city and family and all of that. So this VR, this Hug Decks hashtag, is actually quite. This is a good time for this because I just need a hug right now, and I want to hug so many of my friends and family members that I can't see right now, and some of whom are directly affected by this right now. So so the topic is hug decks, and these are the decks that bring comfort and joy to you, and the ones that I come back to time and again. So I'm gonna start. If you have been watching my channel, you will probably know this one because it is the one that It is my home deck. It is my little North Star of a deck. It is my Hanson Roberts. It's just very, very gentle. And this has been my deck that I've been using since like the late 80s, early 90s. Like that's how long I've been kind of sort of reading. This was probably got this deck in 1990, so yeah, about 30 about 30 years. But this is the deck that the first deck I really connected to. The messages are very, very direct, but they're also quite gentle too. So it's not a harsh in your face deck. It does provide me with a lot of guidance, and I just love this deck. It just feels like a bowl of chicken soup, matzo ball soup. That's this deck for me. It's a nice warm bowl of matzo ball soup for me. That's what this deck is for me. The next deck that is has also been on this channel before that I've shown. It's another hug deck for me, and this just reminds me. This is the very first deck I ever owned, but it also reminds me of my partner, his mom, because she owned this deck and it came back to my life. So it's the Mythic Tarot, and I just love this deck. And whenever I want to get a message from her, whenever I want to channel and get a message from her, I pull out this deck. So I've been asking this deck, about everything that's been going on, and very direct, just like the woman that she was. But also I have that personal connection to the Mythic just because it was the very first deck I ever used way back when. So, so this is definitely like a very comforting deck too that, feels like a hug from above. The next deck that I am going to share with you. I'm singing. I'm sorry about my singing. It sounds very silly. The next deck that is a hug deck for me is the Tarot of Love. And yeah, it sounds like funny, but this deck is newer to my collection. I just got it a couple months ago, and it really was there for me during a really like a week where I learned a lot of stuff personally happening, and it got me through a really rough week, but gave me very clear, clear messages, but in a very comforting, it gave me a hug. It really gave me the messages in a very clear but supportive manner, and that's definitely what I enjoyed. Is that yes, it was direct, and it was very, like, it gave me the information that I needed as I was going through something, but it also like gave that, it was direct and to the point, but it also like really was gentle with me, and in a time that I needed a little bit of gentle. um, the next deck that I'm going to share, I'm sure a bunch of you have seen this deck before. It's pretty popular. It is the Everyday Witch Tarot. And I just love this deck. It's just so beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's really a direct deck that gives really succinct, like to the point messages, but I just love the mood of it. I love that there's a little bit of a sense of playfulness to it. I love that there's a sense of joy to it. It just really feels like a really good kind of, you just have really good soft feels with this deck. It's not too soft, I'm not going to say it like that, but it does have a good comforting feel to it, and it just gives you really good messages, and you feel good. I feel good using this deck. I really love using this deck. And the last tarot deck that I'm going to share as a hug deck is the Mammoth, the massive Enchanted Tarot, and this deck is huge, but it is also so intricate, it's so lovely, and it really gives some really really good guidance, and I've always really appreciated the messages that I've received from it. So here you go. And just, you know, the artwork is just, Amy Zerner's artwork is just so beautiful. So this is Amy Zerner and Monty Farber's deck. I'll just show one more because this is one of my favorite. Oh, I love this Princess of Hearts, and ooh, I really love this Justice card, so I'm going to show this one too. They're just such a delight to look at. Like, I just love this artwork. So those are the Hug Tarot decks that I have. And I do want to share two oracles that I also feel like are in that hug kind of comforting category. The first one is the companion to the Everyday Witch, which is the Everyday Witch Oracle. So I really do love these, you know, these messages, and it does feel very comforting, and the messages are just really great hibernation and regeneration. And there's always these, like, I love the little puppies and kittens in these, with the familiars. It's just really a delightful deck. And the other oracle deck that I want to share as a hug deck is my Enchanted Blossoms. And I really do love this as an oracle. It's the butterflies with the dragonfly, and I just really love the messages with these. They're very direct, so when using a deck that's a little heavier, this usually gives a lot of balance to it, and it kind of helps with that, and I just feel like it's a good kind of sense of a hug there. So there you go. One more. I just love this, because when you're going through a rough time and you pull out a deck like this with tarot, it just kind of gives a good general overview as well. So those are my hug decks, and I've been watching a lot of the videos, so I would love to see more. I love these VRs, and thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye!